Welcome to video 1, The Power of Correlation by Urban Forex. Alright guys, welcome back. Now for this week we're going to be talking a little bit more in depth about correlation. I hope from last week's video you were able to understand how to set up your correlation on your charts, and you were able to actually spend some time trying to look at how correlation is performing in the whole group together. Okay? So what we're going to be touching base on going forward is how to use this information and where it can come in handy. All right, correlation is a hidden tool which you can use to your advantage that has not been able to show on one single chart. For example, let me show you something here. So let's take this example of the Aussie group. Notice all of these groups, all of these pairs have Aussie in common. There's Aussie USD, Aussie Swiss, Aussie CAD, Aussie Yen, Pound Aussie, and Euro Aussie. Notice the ones where Aussie's on the right hand side, I made my charts gray. Okay, this is for my eyes to have easier access to just look at the whole thing at a glance. Okay. Normally you can have 7 of these. I put it at 6 just for convenience sake and more chart space. Okay, so in this particular case, okay, for me, New York closes right where my mouse is here. Okay, that's where New York closes. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean this all up for you here so you don't see any of the MAs or anything. It just cleans up the charts for you a little bit. Okay, there we go. So you can just focus on my mouse. All right, so here we are on the top left. I'm looking at Aussie USD. Okay, for me, New York closes right on this dotted line here. That's where New York closes. Same thing for the next chart. That's where New York closes. New York closes at this time as well, etc., etc. So as New York closes and it gets closer into Asia market open, notice one thing that happens if I drag my line across the high of New York. Okay, Asia has broken it and taken it higher. Same thing here. Asia has broken, sorry, this is the high of New York is over here. Asia has broken it and taken it higher as well over here. Same thing goes for the next one. Okay, and the next one. But here it's broken and it went higher. Like, wait a minute, but isn't Pound Aussie supposed to go downwards to correlate properly with the Aussie Yen? When Aussie Yen goes up, it means Aussie is strong. But when Pound Aussie goes up, it means Pound is strong and not Aussie. There's a little bit of a conflict of interest here. Same thing in Euro Aussie. Okay, it's gone through the highs of New York, but it's gone in the wrong direction. What this helps you to do is helps you to understand, okay, there is correlation in Aussie. All the pairs are moving alike except on 2 pairs, Pound and Euro. This sort of thinking prepares you to understand there's something going on in Pound. There's something going on in Euro. That is why these pairs are not strong on this pair, and it's Aussie is not strong on this pair also. In fact, they're showing up as weak because probably Pound is stronger and Euro is stronger. Okay, it's much more strong. Okay, so having that said, by doing correlation in your early your start of the day analysis, it's gonna help you avoid any little mistakes that you might have. Okay, when you start your day doing all the analysis, you'll be like, okay, I know Aussies are strong, but I'm also aware that if I'm going to do anything with Aussie, I don't want to be touching Pound Aussie or Euro Aussie. I want to stay away from those pairs. Okay, so using correlation, you will open up your mind to understanding the flow of the market. Now, these come in handy, especially when you're looking for session breaks. Okay, so if you're looking for session breaks to understand where the flow of the market is, by looking at just Pound Aussie, you would have looked at this as, oh, looks like Aussie is weak today. But when you look at the whole group on Aussie, you're like, no, Aussie is not weak. Aussie is actually strong. It just cannot compete with Pound Aussie and Euro Aussie. Okay, I hope this makes sense to you. Okay, let's take this information and move on to the next video.